Have you ever been to North Pole? I don't think so, and neither have I, but I would really love to go there to meet Santa Claus. Hello? Santa isn't real? What? Why are you telling me this now? No, I don't believe you, because I know Santa is real. He gives me Christmas presents every Christmas. So I'm gonna prove you wrong by going to him, visiting him, and taking a selfie together. So, as you might have guessed, my first dream destination is North Pole, the Antarctic Ocean. It looks like another planet. It looks a little bit scary and mysterious at the same time, and that's why I want to go there. Also, it kind of feels achievable to get there because I guess it's not that far from Norway. If we take the length of Norway and just add it, we'll get to the North Pole. Also, I've read somewhere that the North Pole, the ice will be gone in like 50 years because of all the global warming. Stop global warming! Next up on my list is the Amazon forest, right here. It's just so huge, this vast ecosystem, so many different animals and species and insects, all the tribes that live there, all the remains of the cities. It only has 4 stars, I guess it's not that good. Nah, I'm just joking. There's so many unique and cool animals that I would probably never have the chance to see anywhere else. But I think I would be too scared to venture deep into the forest. What I would love to do is do a boat tour along the Amazon River here and just go deep into the Amazon forest and bring a guide with me or like join a tour. Same as with the North Pole. We people cut down a lot of trees and this forest might be gone in the future. It's already happening. From Google Maps you can go and look the history and how it's getting less and less trees because we're cutting so many trees. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention is that you should pause this video right now, go to the comments and leave at least 3 of your dream destinations that you really want to visit, and we'll see if we have any in common. And even if we don't have any in common, I would really learn about what other places there are and what people really want to visit. So yeah, go down and leave a comment. After the Amazon, I wrote just a bunch of Pacific Ocean islands like Galapagos here. They have some really rare species that can only be found there and nowhere else on Earth. Other islands I wrote down are like Hawaii, which is American. As you might have noticed, I'm not very into like the big cities. I'm more into the nature. So if I ever went to Hawaii, I would just go far away from the cities, deep into the forest, up the mountains and just enjoy all this view. French Polynesia, really cool place. It looks dreamy, so dreamy. Ever since I was a kid, I read the book Robinson Crusoe. It's about this guy who gets stranded on the island and needs to find resources to survive. And ever since that, I always imagined of what I would do to survive if I would have to be stuck on an island. But if I spent 1 month on a island, a small island in the middle Pacific Ocean, it would be such an interesting feeling, I think, because you're so far from the civilization. I also wrote down Bikini Atoll. If you ever seen SpongeBob SquarePants, this is where he lives, at the Bikini Bottom, and it's called after this, Bikini Atoll. When the nukes were first being developed or tested by the Americans, you know where they tested them? Well, they did it in the Pacific Ocean, and this is the place where they did, one of the places. So there's plenty of sunken ships and, you know, military equipment, so it would be really cool to go snorkeling or diving there. I have had dreams of waking up on a small island like this, surrounded by ocean and just feeling lost. I promise you there's hundreds, if not even thousands of islands in the Pacific Ocean that would be interesting to visit and experience. Now we're going somewhere different, and that place is this mountain range between Chile and Argentina. Before this, I didn't think there were more beautiful mountains than here in Norway. I think I was wrong to some degree, because holy shit, these mountains are something else. They stretch all the way from the southern tip of Argentina/Chile and go all the way up to Peru or like even Ecuador. So obviously I cannot explore all these mountains in a couple of days. The best way to do it would be to do a road trip alongside these mountains. Actually, I'm kind of curious how long it is to drive from the southern tip to, for example, Peru. 58 hours to drive, and I guess this is on a good road. Let's say 5 days to drive. But now, let me show you why I'm so stoked about these mountains. Look how cool they are. So, first of all, at the south, we have a place called Patagonia. I'm not sure if it's a place or region of some kind. Damn! So cool. So many beautiful mountains. And this looks like a painting. Maybe it is. I don't know. Kind of looks one. But it's like fingers sticking up from the ground. And the water is so blue. They have glaciers. They have sharp mountains. Tall mountains. Fjords, I think. I don't know if it's called fjords. Just breathtaking. So this is just Patagonia, but there's plenty of national parks on the way. Let's take random this one. La Laguna San Rafael National Parks. This basically looks like Iceland. So if you just continue driving up, you meet so many national parks. Waterfalls, mountains, forests, so many hikes you can do. Feel like this, maybe it's just me, but place that I have never heard about before. Because as I told you, I didn't expect there to be such beautiful mountains somewhere else besides, you know, like typical Norwegian, Swiss, Nepali / Tibet mountains. And if we drive all the way up, we get to Machu Picchu, I guess. Yo, you know, the old civilization, they lived good, man, they knew what to do. But yeah, this is a popular tourist place, so you probably heard about it. Further up, I have a couple places saved in Peru. Another like stunning mountain place. Tell me that this doesn't look like from some sort of game like Elden Ring. Look at this, I just wanna go swim in the water and after go hiking, or go hiking first and after swim. And I guess this is in summer, but in the winter you could go skiing here. They're called Andes Mountains. I really hope I get to visit them one day. Before we leave South America, I want to show you another place that I found really cool. You probably heard about world's tallest waterfall called Angel Falls. 4.7 stars. Look how dope it looks. Next I have on my list is actually United States. Yes, I know, I have never been there. My dream is to do a road trip from one coast to another, because this country is so huge and every state feels like a new country. And there's so many national parks on the way. United States is separated in two because of these mountains here. So the west side has a lot of mountains, meanwhile the east side is kind of flat, I guess. And therefore it creates two different ecosystems. I feel like I'm overusing this word without really knowing what it means. I don't know what more to say, it's just so huge. So if I had the possibility, I would start from east side down to Florida, south, drive along the south of USA over to the west coast. I wouldn't have the possibility to explore the northern states then, but I hope they are not that important. Besides the Yellowstone National Park here somewhere, that I would love to visit. Indonesia! Same as with Andes Mountains, I feel like it's a place I have heard very little about before, and it has a lot to offer in terms of what I want to experience. Indonesia consists of multiple islands. I would think that every island has its own uniqueness. You probably have heard about Bali before, very popular tourist destination. But if Bali is so popular and so beautiful, I would bet that there's at least 10 other islands that are more or just as beautiful. So that's why I would love to explore different parts of Indonesia. I don't know how. Do I need a boat? I think the distances are not that big between each island. And volcanoes, I forgot about volcanoes. I'm not sure if I want to experience a live volcano, but actually I do. As long as I don't get hurt. You cannot find this other places in the world. I told you that Andes Mountains are really cool and unique, but they don't have volcanoes. Where else can you find cool volcanoes? Look how cool, there are temples too. Yeah man, Indonesia is cool, Back at Europe, the yellow markers are where I have been and the green is where I want to go. And there's not many places I want to go in Europe because I find it kind of boring, since I am from Europe. But if I had to go some places, I would probably go to Netherlands because they have really cool dams. I feel like Germany, France, Spain are kind of overrated and not very interesting. But a place in Europe that I have actually little to no knowledge about, these countries in the south middle. For example, Croatia. I've heard about this country before, but I never thought about it to visit it. And Slovenia, very unique architecture, interesting history, even though I'm not that into history and going to museums, but learning a little bit is fun. If I were to go somewhere in Europe, I would 100% go to one of these middle southern countries, because I feel they are underappreciated and more people should visit them. Next on my list of places I want to go is... you will not guess it. It's Middle Africa. What I want to do is get to know more about African people, its tribes, who lives there, how they live. I also wrote Kilimanjaro. It's the tallest mountain in Africa. So if you want to see all of Africa, go up Kilimanjaro and that's enough. No, I'm just joking. How tall is Kilimanjaro? Okay, it's 19,000 feet high, whatever that means, I don't know. So last but not least, on my list of places I want to visit, Southeast Asia. So we'll start with Thailand. Nice people, beautiful beaches and just a relaxing atmosphere. It just looks magnificent to go on holiday and relax. Besides that, I think I've saved a place in Cambodia. Yeah, okay, there's Angkor Wat. Temples, we love temples. And in Vietnam, I saved this cave, Son Dung Cave. I think it was actually pretty recently discovered. It's a cave system. So it'd be interesting to go hiking underground. Next up we have China. More specifically, I'm interested in China's nature. The southern and middle parts. They have this place called Zhangjiajie. And it looks like from this movie called Avatar. Look, it looks epic. Like, how are these rocks standing and not falling? I don't know. I would love to take my FPV drone and just fly between them and explore this place. It looks so cool. And there's another place I've saved here, Laojun Mountains. Again, looks like from some sort of game. Amazing and beautiful. Also, Tibet is in China or like close to China. All these mountains here where you find Mount Everest. These mountains are dope. I don't think I'm into climbing like Mount Everest or K2, I think it was called. Or is it called K2? So I'm not that extreme. I don't think I want to climb and risk my life climbing, but just being close to them and seeing how magnificent and powerful they are, I would love to go there. Yeah, Tibet is huge. Like, look how many lakes there are. I guess it's glaciers that form lakes, not really sure. It looks a little bit deserted. Not like deserted, like a desert, like a harsh environment, scary. So let's go there. And to finish off, I also have Japan on my list, mostly Hokkaido, the northern part, and the southern part that I want to explore. Maybe even the islands of Okinawa. I don't think I'm really into visiting other Asian countries. Anyways, we have covered a lot of countries today. All of these are the places I want to go sometimes in the future. This was a long list. I have too many wishes. I need to shorten it down to maybe 2 or 3 and try to accomplish them. The big question now. How many did we have in common? Me and you. 1, 2, 5? Maybe 0. That would be a shame. That means we have really different tastes. Maybe you are more of a city person. But you should anyways leave a comment and tell me how many we had in common. And if we didn't have any, I would still love to learn about which one you want to visit. Thank you so much for watching. See you next one. Bye!